The Office, everyone's favorite workplace mockumentary, is gearing up for a comeback on the Peacock network. While details are still under wraps, the mere thought of returning to the halls of Dunder Mifflin has fans buzzing with excitement. Remember how The Office became a sensation? It's been a while since the series bid us farewell in 2013, but thanks to Netflix, it found a second win in popularity. Now, as the streaming rights shift to Peacock, the possibility of a revival is the talk of the town. Created by Greg Daniels in 2005, this beloved sitcom captured our hearts for 9 seasons. The buzz for a revival has only grown louder over the years, and with a potential release date on the horizon, the return of The Office is more compelling than ever. Greg Daniels is officially back on board for the reboot, and that's not all. Word has it that Daniels is actively gathering a team of writers for the revival. While their identities remain a mystery, this development marks the show's first step towards becoming a bona fide reality. While we're left hanging for now, one thing is crystal clear: The Office is a go, with Greg Daniels as the showrunner and creator. While diehard fans might wish for the whole gang's return, the revival is likely to introduce fresh faces alongside some familiar ones. The original cast members have taken up some diverse characters across series and movies since the show wrapped, with stars like Steve Carell and John Krasinski leading the charge. However, scheduling clashes or lack of interest may keep them from reprising their roles. But fear not, many from the OG crew are eager to make a comeback. Jenna Fischer, Angela Kinsey, Rainn Wilson, and even the busy Mindy Kaling have expressed their desire to return. Despite their individual careers, these stars may add a touch of nostalgia to the reboot. So while the cast is still shrouded in mystery, it's safe to say The Office 2.0 will likely feature a blend of familiar faces and fresh talent when it hits the small screen. The plot is still a well-kept secret, but Greg Daniels has dropped a hint. Guess what? Daniels is thinking of a clever narrative move, utilizing documentary footage filmed during the aired episodes. This ingenious approach sidesteps the challenges of characters scattering away from Scranton and Dunder Mifflin in the series finale. On the flip side, another option is to catapult us into the 2020s, revisiting Dunder Mifflin with a mix of fresh faces and familiar ones. Imagine a new installment of the mockumentary, capturing the essence of the workplace in the modern era. This not only facilitates the return of original cast members who stayed put, but also neatly explains the absence of those who found new gigs. Greg Daniels had also once mentioned that recasting of the original crew is very less likely to happen. Instead, he's crafting a fresh narrative within the familiar setting, taking inspiration from an innovative approach. While The Office is still a comedy favorite, some argue that revisiting the same characters could pose a challenge. The later seasons face scrutiny for overstaying their welcome, making a reboot a tedious task. So here's a thought: what if we bid farewell to the familiar faces and explore new comedic characters? It's a bold idea, but The Office 2.0 might just be the refreshing laughter we never knew we needed. While The Office gifted us with iconic characters, the wisdom of television history suggests that reviving them in a new series might not be the winning formula. Comedy spin-offs focused on a subset of original characters often face challenges, a lesson even The Office acknowledged. Remember The Farm? The intended Dwight Schrute ripoff in Season 9, Episode 1? Despite the attempt, it never took off. Bringing back a couple of The Office's beloved characters, even the likes of Jim and Pam, could be a risky move. Television's track record warns us that relying on familiar faces doesn't always guarantee success in comedy. Even if The Office's familiar faces make a comeback in a potential reboot, there's a tough truth to swallow. Recapturing the magic of the original might be a huge task. Jokes about Jim, Pam, Dwight, and Andy can only go so far, no matter how beloved they are. The success of The Office US, itself a remake, hinged on its unique characters and stories. So, for a new iteration to work, it must be just as special and well-crafted. And that means introducing a whole new set of characters. From a creative standpoint, setting the reboot in a different workplace with fresh faces could be the key to success. Yet, commercially, selling a The Office revival without the originals might be a tough sell. The show's enduring success is undeniably tied to its iconic characters, and the departure of Steve Carell's Michael Scott showcased the challenges of moving on. Instead of risking the perfection of The Office's ending, opting for new characters seems like the most solid choice. The reboot will face a challenge if it considers revisiting the iconic Dunder Mifflin paper company. The odds of such a company surviving seem slim, despite attempts at forward-thinking changes in its later years. Suppose the show opts for a different modern workplace. In that case, it must deal with a seismic shift in the work landscape, especially considering the evolving norms of the average workplace in 2024 and beyond. The traditional 9-to-5, Monday through Friday office routine has become increasingly rare, with many companies embracing remote work, whether entirely or in a hybrid model. The pandemic accelerated this shift, and some companies have made it a permanent arrangement. As the workplace transforms, the reboot must navigate the reality that younger audiences may not resonate with the traditional office setting depicted in the original series. Just as a flip phone might seem outdated, the classic office dynamic could feel out of touch for a modern audience, introducing a unique challenge for the office's return. The Office revival might find a silver lining in embracing the realities of the modern workplace. Some of the original series' standout episodes cleverly took characters out of the Dunder Mifflin comfort zone. Remember Jim and Pam's memorable overnight stay at Schrute Farms in the Season 4 episode Money? And let's not forget the iconic Season 4 gem Dinner Party, which unfolded almost entirely in Michael's condo, earning its status as the series' best episode. The challenges of navigating today's workplace dynamics might just inject new life into the show's success. As the buzz around the Office revival intensifies, the cast members have weighed in on the possibility of returning to the beloved sitcom. John Krasinski, the charming Jim Halpert, expressed his strong connection to the show, stating, "The Office was absolutely everything to me." He revealed his eagerness for a reunion, affirming, "If they did a reunion, I would absolutely love to do it." Mindy Kaling, known for her role as Kelly Kapoor and her contributions as a writer for the series, voiced her support for a reboot under the right circumstances. She emphasized, "If Greg Daniels were in charge of it, I would be excited and supportive." Kaling highlighted the importance of Daniels, the mastermind behind The American Office, steering the ship for a successful reboot. However, not all cast members are equally enthusiastic. Steve Carell, the iconic Michael Scott, firmly expressed his belief that rebooting the series is not a good idea. Carroll, in an interview, conveyed, "I love it too much to ever want to do it again." Rainn Wilson, who portrayed the eccentric Dwight Schrute, had an intriguing idea during the pandemic. He suggested a pandemic-set episode, proposing a plot where Dwight has to kidnap each cast member to bring them back to Dunder Mifflin. The decline in viewership for The Office became evident after its 5th season, despite maintaining steady critical acclaim. While it remained a top program for NBC, signs of a downward trend were apparent. The pivotal moment came when Steve Carell, the central figure of the show, left in the midst of Season 7 after his contract wasn't renewed. This was a significant blow to the series. NBC attempted to compensate for Carell's absence by featuring various special guest stars, but critics widely deemed Season 8 as the weakest installment due to the noticeable decline in quality. The struggle to fill the void left by Carell reflected in both viewership and critical reception. Saying goodbye to The Office was a bittersweet moment for the cast, but they recognized it was the right time. Managing the schedules of the large ensemble cast had become increasingly challenging, and the collective decision was made to avoid a gradual departure of cast members. By setting a clear end date, Greg Daniels could conclude the series on his terms, avoiding the risk of a forced conclusion due to network decisions. The dip in ratings added weight to the decision, making it a bit more palatable. Daniels, mindful of the show's legacy, understood the importance of not overstaying its welcome. But a reboot could put the show back on top once again. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Until next time.